Hello everyone, welcome aboard. So again we have brought you the new session of Current Affairs Daily Capsule, and this session has been brought to you by Himalaya-IAS classes. If you want to enroll for IAS 2021 batch or KAS exam batch in English or Kannada medium, you can visit us at www.himalayaiasclasses.com, or you can reach out to us on this given number. The significance of current affairs: in the prelims, you have straightforward questions. In the mains, these current affairs can be used indirectly, or sometimes they are asked directly in the GS paper 2 and 3 especially. In essay, it is very important for opinion building, where you have to write multiple dimensions of the topic, and most of the interview questions are related to the contemporary issues. So let's get started with the first item of today, that is India-China. They have agreed to ease the standoff which is going on. Okay, so again, India and China, part of international relation. Mains international relation is the part of general studies paper 2. Okay, so we have discussed, as both the countries have discussed, the de-escalation on 5 conflict points in Ladakh. Okay, so Galwan area, there are patrolling point 14, 15 and 17. Then in Pangong Taso, see this Pangong Taso, it's a saltwater lake located in Ladakh. This lake is divided by ridges. Okay, different ridges are there. Each ridge is known as finger. So there is finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes till, I mean, more than 8. Okay. So India consider finger 4 till its boundary, I mean, till where it can go up to, and till finger 8 as the area of LAC. So there should not be any presence of Chinese, but they have come up till finger 4. Then there is another region in Chusul, which is also located in Ladakh. So partial disengagement, it has already begun at Galwan area. So here 14, 15, 16 in this area, the partial disengagement, at least in one area, it has begun. Okay. Another points 15, 17, Pangong, Taso, the finger area, and the Chusul, the talks will be held in next 10 days. Nakula, which is another place where standoff took place, and it is located in Sikkim, no discussion has taken place yet. Okay. So what are the conditions here on the table? We should return, India is demanding that return to the status quo. Status quo means as the situation were before May 5th. Okay, and there should be full withdrawal of PLA, Chinese army troops from 5 conflict points and as well as LAC. Okay, removal of tent, vehicles and equipments, and drawdown, okay, of fighter bombers, rockets, jammers on the Chinese side of LAC. So these are the conditions which we have put forward. Then another news item from today's section is Supreme Court has given direction to the center as well as state governments that migrants should not be prosecuted. Okay, so prelims, it is part of the polity. Mains, it is part of the general studies paper 2. Before you get a look at this, I'll just give you a brief about the thing. So what has happened during last 2 months? Okay, unfortunately, a lot of PILs were filed on the situation of the migrant laborers, but Honorable Supreme Court has rejected all those petitions. Mostly they didn't took any notice of it. Okay, so much and so forth that ultimately even high courts which were located in the states, they took a stand, they gave directions, or they gave a judgment, they accepted the PIL. Then now Supreme Court, after all this has happened, they have taken the suo moto. Suo moto means by itself. By looking at the media reports, they have taken the suo moto cognizance of the matter, and now they have told that migrant workers should not be prosecuted who are trying to reach at their home. So what has happened, just remember this: Section 51 of National Disaster Management Act, as per this, if during management of disaster, if you are bringing any obstruction or not following the order which has been given by the management authorities, then you can be prosecuted. So that's what a lot of migrant workers and laborers who were moving on their feet towards their home, they have been taken up by the police. So that's what Supreme Court has directed now, that they should not be prosecuted for such a crime or such an incident. Okay, and the state and center, they must take all the welfare measures, they must utilize all the existing governmental schemes, as well as they should make a database of the skill set which is applicable or which is available with the migrants in order to provide them employment. Okay. Moving to the next is being vocal on the right local. So Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which was launched to fight with the economic situation which has come up as a part of COVID-19 program. So the Prime Minister has focused on this, that we should be vocal for our local products. This is a initiative, we can say, or a philosophy to boost our local production. So related to this, this is part of the economy, and economy is the part of general studies paper 3. So what this article actually says, that whatever arrangements are there, if we simply just follow the old approach, it is not going to work this time. Article says that migration of laborers has taken place, and now the people who have moved back to their natives in the villages, they will look for the alternative livelihoods. They already have skill sets, okay? Infrastructure needs to be built in those areas, let it be schools, education, health centers. Also these people, they are having some sort of skill set who have gone back to their places. So we must use their skill set, and we must provide them with credit facilities so that they can find their livelihoods in those areas itself. Another thing, what this main argument of this article is, that we should not try to promote the local products through tariff and quotas. See, we have already seen the global competitiveness in many fields, let it be software or pharmaceutical, and all this has come up by the international collaboration, by being the part of the global value chain. Okay, so we should not restrict the access of these products just to the Indian domestic markets. We should try to promote them to get connected, or at least get interlinked towards the global market. Okay, and for that, these things cannot be done in a centralized manner. Means central government alone cannot do it, even the state government alone cannot do it. So there is a need of devolution, okay, of more funds and power to the local government system, so that these people who have come up with a skill set, they can be utilized in the existing economic structure what is present there. We need to support that economic structure so that it can become the part of the global value chain. Okay, next article today talks about, sorry about this one, this is the wrong slide. Next article today talks about the flattening of the climate curve. Okay, so climate is related to environmental science. Environmental science is a part of general studies paper 3. So this article basically argues that we have seen such a huge response from the people all over the world, in order to fight COVID pandemic, where we have faced such an economic crisis as well. Okay, so why the same response is not available for the climate change, although it might be same, or it might be a bigger problem than that. Okay, so it tells us, like, climate curve, which starts with a true curve, which is greenhouse gases emission, which increased after the industrial revolution, and global warming, which happened as a result of greenhouse gases emission. Okay, so the natural phenomena to control the temperature of the earth is by carbon sequestration or carbon sink, which happens in form of the green carbon, which is all the carbon which gets stored in the vegetations, farms, fields, trees, plants, forest, and in the ocean. Okay, which is absorbed by the phytoplankton when they do the photosynthesis. So this carbon sink is also getting depleted by us, plus we are increasing this greenhouse gas emission like carbon dioxide, which increases the temperature of the earth, and average temperature of the earth has already increased by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, it has a lot of direct and indirect impact. Direct impact is rise in the sea level, melting up of glaciers. Okay, indirectly, a lot of climate related weather phenomena. Everything is driven by the temperature change. If you talk about El Nino, La Nina, even recently the locust storm, that is also related to the climate change and Indian Ocean dipole. Okay, so we have discussed it in one of the earlier sessions. Okay, so this lot of impact which is there, it is a threat to the existence of humanity. Okay, in Paris deal we recognized this, and we said that we have to stop the increment in the global temperature within 2 degrees Celsius or within 1.5 degrees Celsius. See, if we keep moving or keep producing this greenhouse gases at the current rate, then by the end of this century, okay, the average global temperature would have been increased by 4 degrees Celsius, and that's where, nothing would be possible. Like, the human existence might be at threat. Okay. Another challenge is the money. So $100 billion that was promised by the world in 2009. They said that by 2020 we'll provide $100 billion, and most of this money has come in another form, which has not been, it has, first they have not given complete 100 billion by now. The only contribution which has been made by now is almost $70 billion. That too, it has came in the form of developmental assistance, okay, in the adaptation and mitigation. The very few or very less amount of money has been used for fighting this threat of climate change directly, okay. So the core argument is, if COVID situation like this pandemic can help us doing so much and to bring down this economy so much and to face this burn of the economic loss so much, why can't we do the same thing for the climate change as well? Because that is also a similar threat, maybe bigger than that, okay. Next article, the last article of today, talks about the role of the private banks in the MSME revival scheme. So MSME, which is the backbone of Indian economy, part of the, of course, Indian economy subject, and Indian economy in turn is the part of General Studies paper 3. Okay. So please try to remember the name of this scheme: Emergency Credit Linked Guarantee Scheme, that has been launched as part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Okay, in Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan Tranche 1, the MSME revival package was announced by the government. So their private sector bank are going to provide 3 lakh crore of collateral free loan to the MSMEs, and also this loan will be guaranteed by a national company trust guarantee fund, which will be created by Government of India. So as of now, this scheme is being implemented by the public sector banks, but the proposal here is to review the role of the private sector bank, as they are also the major credit providers for the MSME industries. Other challenges which are there in the implementation of this scheme is review of the complex norms. So the finance minister has also said that we should try to make norms simpler and reduce the paperwork when allowing these loans or processing these loans. Also, she has requested all the banks to give the effective interest rate which is being targeted by Reserve Bank of India. They have cut down the repo rate. So following that, even banks should try to bring the same benefit. They should reduce the interest rate so that more people can take more money, and investment and economic activity can be boosted in the Indian economy. So that was all for today's, guys. Please, this is a list of do's and don'ts. Please try to follow this in order to maximize your chances of selection in the prelims examinations. And please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and to press the bell icon so that whenever we upload a video, you can get notified. So please stay tuned for more updates, and thanks a lot for watching.